Welcome to reality. You're now on the Code of Mind channel. You press a button, and a second later the voice of someone thousands of kilometers away is sounding inside your room. You open a map, and a satellite shows where you are, where the nearest food is, where the traffic jam is, where even you are if you somehow got lost. You don't see any wires, lasers, or wizards in the sky, just a signal, just a frequency your device is tuned to. You believe in that. You believe Wi-Fi can carry information without cables. You believe Bluetooth can connect two objects into one system. You believe an antenna can catch music out of the air. You've never seen it with your eyes, but you believe it because it works. Now tell me, why don't you believe a thought works the same way? That attention is your transmitter, and a word is your antenna. When you say something out loud, you're not just talking, you're broadcasting. When you think about something, you create a frequency, and the whole world responds to it. People, situations, signs, even the weather, everything starts moving toward you. Not because you're special, but because that's how the field works, that's how everything works. You already live inside a quantum system, only instead of buttons, you have your words. Instead of GPS, you have your intention, and instead of an antenna, you are the antenna. And if you can call a person on the other side of the planet, then you can call your reality too. The only question is, what wave are you speaking on? Remember yourself as a little kid, not on your phone, not at work, not inside fear, but back there on the floor, mouth open, watching a magician pull a living rabbit out of a hat. You know he's doing it for real. You're sure magic exists. You believe in miracles as naturally as you breathe. You clap, you're in awe, and the world in that moment feels real, exactly because it's magical. You don't look for deception. You don't doubt. Your focus is on the miracle, and that's why it becomes real. But then you grow up. You start hearing phrases like, "That doesn't happen. It's just a trick. Everything can be explained by logic." You want to get behind the curtain, learn the secret. You want to catch the one who creates the miracle and prove to yourself there is no miracle. You shift your focus. You're not in awe anymore. You're analyzing. You're not believing, you're checking. And in that moment, the magic disappears. Not because it wasn't there, but because you looked away from it. You started seeing the mechanism instead of the miracle. You wanted to be right, not happy. That's how wonder collapses. That's how your reality collapses. Because the trick isn't magic. The trick is you. It's your attention aimed at a specific frequency. If you're focused on black, you won't see white. If you're hunting for deception, you won't find truth. If you're trying to expose everything, you'll forget how to feel. And it doesn't matter whether a magician is standing in front of you or life itself. The world is a mirror. It shows you only what you're focused on. If you believe in a miracle, it wakes up. If you believe in pain, it arrives. If you believe you're nobody, reality agrees. So maybe that's enough of being the adult who explains everything. Maybe it's time to be yourself again, the child who believed, who felt, for whom miracles were normal. You're not just a person with thoughts. You are vibration itself. You are a walking transmitter. You're like a musical instrument. And every day you tune yourself. Sometimes you resonate on the frequency of fear. Sometimes on pain, on exhaustion, on accusation, and everything around you immediately adjusts to that chord. You wake up, open your phone, see bad news, and you don't even notice how you step into it. You tell yourself, "Here we go again." You frown. You inhale that frequency, and it becomes yours. And the whole day is no longer yours. It's already tuned. It's already sounding. It's already playing the song you turned on in the morning without even realizing it. A traffic jam, a delay, a rude person, a failure, as if you become a magnet for the same vibrations. And that's not mysticism, that's field physics, that's electromagnetism, that's you as code, as a radio station, as a wave. But here's the most interesting part. You can switch the station. You can sit down right now and say, "I'm not broadcasting pain anymore. I'm broadcasting freedom. I am a living stream of clarity. I'm back on my own frequency. The world doesn't refuse to answer you. It simply reflects the frequency you're speaking on. Want clarity? Become clarity. Want love? Stop transmitting on the frequency of resentment. Want magic? Drop the victim role. Yes, it hasn't always been easy. Yes, you've walked through scenarios where it felt like everything was against you, but it wasn't the world against you. It was you resonating on a frequency where those events were normal. You thought it was just a bad day, but it was just a wave. You caught it, and you didn't turn it off. But right now you're not the one who catches a wave. Right now you're the one who chooses. You choose the frequency you want to live on. And this isn't about positive thoughts or smiling at nothing. This is about a point inside your body where you feel enough. I don't want to sound in that dirty note anymore. I want to be silence. I want to be light. I want to be myself, clean, tuned, real. You're not a random sound in the chaos of the universe. You are a tuning point. Your reality is playing through you. Right now. You probably know people like this. They constantly praise their husbands, their wives, their children. They say, "My husband is reliable, a golden man. My daughter is so smart, an angel. Our son is a real gift, kind and bright." And what's strange is, they really are like that. You look and there's nothing to pick on. The husband is caring, the child is gentle, the home is warm. And then you remember the others, the ones who complain all the time. What am I supposed to do with him? He's lazy. Mine is completely uncontrollable, hyperactive. My wife is always unhappy, tired and capricious. And you go to their house, and it's exactly like that. As if a person wove their fate out of their own words. Here's a living example. I know a family. They have a little boy, 5 years old, alive, energetic, active, like all kids. But in their home, he's bad and disobedient. That's what the parents say. There he goes again. He's not listening again. What are we going to do with him? He's a disgrace. And the worst part is, everyone around them picked up that description. At birthdays, gatherings, even casual conversations, everyone says, "This one is going to be trouble again. He'll destroy everything. Keep him away or he'll wreck the place." Do you understand? The boy hasn't done anything yet, but the energy is already tuned against him. He's already a violator, already wrong. He just wants to play, explore, touch everything with his hands. But his program is already written, and he starts matching it, like they left him no other choice. Now another example. Another family, a son the same age. But there he's a hero. He ate? Good job. He drew scribbles? A brilliant artist. He isn't perfect. He's the same ordinary little kid. But their attention feeds him differently. And you know what happens? Everyone looks at him and sees light. He's joyful, open. He respects boundaries. Because the way they describe him doesn't destroy his personality. It creates it. That's how it works. You are a spotlight. Whatever you point your attention at blooms. Whatever you describe begins to manifest. It doesn't matter whether your words are true or not. What matters is the vibration of your message. If every day you call someone difficult, lazy, aggressive, you become the author of that version. You lock in the frequency. You broadcast the wave. This person is a problem. And you know what will happen? The world will agree. Because everything you feed with attention starts to live. We're used to thinking we're just observing, watching how someone lives, how someone messes up, how someone is not like that. But the truth is, you are not an observer. You are a co-author. You shape another person with your gaze, your opinion, your expectation. You look at them, and your energy names them as someone. And they, whether they want to or not, begin living inside that image. If you see someone as irritating, they will become even more irritating around you. If you're convinced someone is stupid, they'll act stupid next to you. If you only see a child as misbehaving, he'll keep acting out until the end. But if you look at the same person differently, if you say, "He's alive, he's searching, he just wants to be seen," he starts to change. Because the energy of your perception changes the entire scene. Even science has proven it. The observer affects the experiment, just by presence, just by focus. Now imagine, you're not just a spectator in someone's life. You're the one holding the camera. You choose the angle. You add light or shadow. You choose a close-up on pain or on strength, and your gaze changes the entire frame. So be careful. When you think you're just honestly describing things as they are, in that moment you're programming. You're broadcasting a frequency. You're writing a plot. If you want the best people to rescrete themselves around you, start believing the best in them. Not out of pity, not out of naivety, out of power. Because you always influence. The only question is, what do you turn others into with your attention? Can you be the one who saves someone's soul just by the way you look? Or the one who destroys with a single sentence, "He's hopeless"? The question is not about him. The question is about your frequency. You thought you were alone, a speck of dust, that there are powerful ones, and there is you, that someone controls this world and you're just a guest. But you were wrong. You are a creating element. You don't just live, you form, with words, with looks. This world doesn't exist separately from you. It reflects you, your pain, your faith, your purity. If you strike the same point every day, reality will respond. If you give love, it will return. If you plant fear, it will bloom. If you live in accusations, life will give you more reasons to accuse. If you broadcast clarity, even the most tangled situations will start to untangle. Because you are frequency. And every moment you sound. Right now you can take a breath and choose where you direct your power. Toward fear or toward faith, toward pain or toward light, toward destruction or toward creation. No one will decide it for you. No one will save you. No one will pull you to a place you still don't want to be. But the moment you decide, reality begins to bend. Toward you, toward your wave, toward your focus. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for your feelings, for your honest stories, for staying until the very end. This channel is alive. It breathes with you. Every thought, every comment, every letter is the foundation of a big and important conversation. And because of that, everything continues. Thanks for being here on the channel. See you in the next video. Bye, everyone.